Are plant-based eaters more prone to iron deficiency than meat eaters? Hi, I'm Dr. Murakujesu, a certified lifestyle medicine physician and practitioner at Dr. Mura Health Lifestyle Medicine Practice. It has been often considered that people who don't eat meat, those that are vegetarian or vegan or plant-based, they seem to have a more iron deficiency anemia than their counterpart meat eaters. But that is not the case. Vegetarian, non-meat eaters are not at risk of developing iron deficiency anemia than meat eaters. And let's briefly just unpack of this iron deficiency anemia. So iron is very important. Iron plays a role in health of the blood. Not only that, it plays a huge role primarily in hemoglobin, in the red blood cells, a protein in the red blood cell that carries oxygen to all parts of the body from the lungs. It also plays a huge role in myoglobin, which is also a protein that carries and stores oxygen in the muscles. Not only that, among other things, it's going to play a huge role in childhood brain development. By the way, that's even very important, that a pregnant woman needs to make sure has enough iron. But not only that, it also plays a huge role in functioning of many hormones in the body. Now, the dietary source of iron, they are in two forms. Number one is so-called the heme iron, which predominantly comes from animal food, that is in the blood and muscles. And the second one is non-heme iron, which comes predominantly, of course, from the only source from the plant world, that is whole grain, green leafy vegetables, nuts and seeds, dry fruits, and so on. So now, before there had been all these conflicting studies that it does heme iron causing cardiovascular disease, that's called cancers, does it cause strokes, diabetes, things like that. I think the confusing part of that has been before they could separate which iron we're talking about, because before iron was iron, but remember we have a heme iron, non-heme iron. So the studies now found that the heme iron, the iron from meat, is being associated with the cardiovascular diseases. Especially, it has been quantified to have 27% increase in coronary artery cardiovascular diseases with every 1 milligram of heme iron consumed. It also has been associated with strokes and diabetes. In diabetes, 16% increase risk, which is just even 1 milligram of heme iron that is consumed. The cancers, that's 12%. Remember, this only if people are consumed the heme iron. If they consume non-heme iron, they actually, though it's not associated with these problems. And also, the people who eat vegetarian or plant-based eaters, they seem to have actually more iron than meat eaters. And this is a part of it, because not only that they consume a lot of fibers, a lot of legumes, a lot of vitamins like vitamin A, C, and E. They also have this food they consume. They have other nutrition dense from the source that I just mentioned that increase the iron availability in the body. Of course, has been thought that, of course, non-heme iron is not easily absorbed like heme iron. While that is true, if you eat the whole grain, legumes, dried fruits, and nuts and seed, and if you combine them actually with vitamin C rich food such as citrus, lemon, oranges, broccoli, and bell peppers, actually this boosts the absorption of the iron. Now, the reason why people who happen to have iron deficiency, they feel exhausted and tired, is not necessarily because they lack meat. It's the problem with iron. And by the way, even meat eaters, they may be having some difficulties in absorbing even the iron that they take from meat. By the way, after consuming a huge amount of meat, how many of you felt so tired and sleepy? That does not feel like really giving you energy, does it? Because remember, when you eat high protein, literally in your digestion system, the pH gonna come to low side, like 3, 2, going down. This is if you eat alkaline plant-based world. Now, the more low pH, the more basically you're gonna require a lot of energy, and your brain comes to get involved that much. More energy gonna actually be sent there than your brain. That's why after having a big steak meat, you feel like, oh, you need to lie down. But if you actually eat alkaline based food, your energy level is actually high. That's why you have heard in the sports world this what they call it carbo loading. When they eat food, they need that kind of food because the primary source of our body, fuel of the body, is basically carbohydrates. That's why there is easily energy that is available to be used. Of course, you can get some energy from protein, but that is actually a wrong process. By converting protein into energy, glucose, the process called gluconeogenesis. But primarily speaking, for energy, people that eat plant-based food, they have more energy, more vitality, and no problem whatsoever. And you're not going to necessarily be iron deficient. If you're iron deficient and you need to find out actually what might be going on, I don't think the solution is going to eat meat. Rather, we need to investigate what will be affecting the absorption of your iron, and book appointment with us at Dr. Mura Health Lifestyle Medicine Practice, and then we can actually help you. Yeah, but I hope this was helpful. Iron deficiency, iron is very important, but you do get enough, and if you eat whole food plant-based diet, and actually the iron that you get from the plant world is actually way better because it doesn't predispose you to issues like cardiovascular disease, stroke, diabetes, and cancers. Thank you so much for watching.